And Sports Network. 2020 Sports Update. This Evermore Water 2020 Sports Update brought to you by Boost by Evermore Water. Evermore Water, more real water, better real water. In the WNBA, in the Eastern Conference, the number five Connecticut Sun trail the number three Chicago Sky 50 to 46 at halftime. Later on, it is the Battle of the Titans as number two, number two Seattle, the Seattle Storm take on the number one team, the Las Vegas Aces. Sources on that Kareem Hunt is requesting a trade, but the Browns are saying no. And also tonight, the Dodgers and the Padres on ESPN Sunday Night Baseball. That's your 2020 Sports Update brought to you by Evermore Water. This is the RSN Sports Network. The following is an RSN Sports Network RTV television presentation. This is KRTV, KRBHFM.
This August, as a thank you for your support of our ministry, Joel and Victoria would like to send you a copy of Joel's new 31-day guided journal, The Power of Proverbs. This personal journal will help you focus your attention, your words, and decision-making on the biblical wisdom and promises of God. Start declaring blessings on day 1 and experience more peace, joy, and favor today.
God wants to give you wisdom for every decision. When you put Him first, He'll guide you along the best path for your life.
This daily devotional is a great way to start your day. I hope you'll request your copy. It will help you make great decisions.
You're listening and watching The Sports Zone on the RSN Sports Network with the sports vet, Michael Lewis, Marcus Mr. T. Turner, JMar Smith, and Larissa Manciaz. Get in and talk now at 1-800-337-7171 or 1-713-534-4231 or 415-333-TALK. Now, from Point to Broad, here is the Sports Zone crew. You know, I'm trying to find out where am I at. Oh, person. Oh, okay. Hey, here I am. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. Oh, okay. Anyway, I'm trying to shift. Oh, okay. Let me add and then let me put this in. Hey, there we go. I knew that was I knew something was right. I'm trying to figure out. Hey, where's the puppy guy? Anyway. Okay. She's pretty in the puppy guy. Okay. Gotcha. Anyway, this is the Sports Zone right here on the RSN Sports Network, RTV television. I'm the sports fan. Michael Lewis, along with Larissa Manciaz. I'm never sure where the puppy man is. Mr. T.
He's supposed to be. Yeah, I didn't see him on my end either.
Yeah, I didn't see here. I don't know where he's at. Anyway, also JMar Smith is actually going to be joining us in the month of September. We are praying for a lot of things that are going on with him as well. So hopefully he'll be back with us in the month of September as well. You can follow us on The Sports Zone on Twitter. Anyway, Larissa's with us. A lot more cozier than that puppy guy or whatever his name is. Any event, Zone In is brought to you by Evermore Water and Evermore Water, the best water. Evermore, go to their website at www.evermore.com. It's not because I'm drinking it here in the studio. It's just because it's better water. That's all it is. It is a better water. That's it. That's Evermore. All right. Larissa, this is the part of the show since it's just you and I so far, and I don't know where the missing Marcus Turner is, but hopefully he'll come in somewhere. In event, who needs this gentleman here? As you probably know, a lot of talk has been turned around about Kevin Durant leaving Brooklyn. Oh, he's wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Oh, hold on. Let's zone in. Hold on. I'm trying to see if he is chiming in. Well, I'll just wait. Anyway, but as you probably know, a lot of people are probably, they are not really, I don't want to say they're not really happy right now with what's going on with Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant, as you probably know, he's been going to a different numerous amount of teams. The Phoenix Suns was the last one, as you probably know. And who needs him? I don't know. And somebody says, Shaquille O'Neal said basically that he shouldn't go anywhere. Just stay in Brooklyn and suffer. And it looks like that's what's going to happen. He's been traded. He and this gentleman here have been traded wanting to be traded to so many different teams. But who needs Kevin Durant? Who needs Kevin Durant? I don't know. I mean, who does need Kevin Durant? Do we need Kevin Durant? I mean, should he stay in Brooklyn or should he just go?
So I'm not knowing too much. Why is it that he wants to leave? You know, you said that someone said he should stay there and suffer. So is it more or less some things that
he's trying to walk out of a contract that he signed for 7 years with the Nets, and for some reason or other, legendary guys like Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny Smith, they said you're trying to leave after you lost a playoff game to Boston, the runner up to Golden State, and now you're trying to leave, and it's just like, okay.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so people believe that he's trying to leave because he had just lost, and then like you should just stay there.
Yeah, and it's just almost like you have a 7-year deal and you're trying to leave. Oh, golly, shh. Puppy man's in. Puppy man here. Yeah. We were talking about Davis Mills. Oh man, yeah, Davis Mills is agent. No, that's a puppy man. Anyway, welcome also Marcus Mr. T. Turner. The puppy guy. Davis Mills is agent. Anyway. We were just talking about Marcus in regards to Kevin Durant. You probably know he was already been shellacked by everybody as far as trying to leave Brooklyn. It looks like he's going to be staying in Brooklyn. And then Kenny Smith said, "Who needs Kevin Durant? Who really needs Kevin Durant? Your thoughts about this?" We lost him. Okay. Anyway,
he said, "I have no comment."
we lost him. I don't know if it was signal where he's at, but we're trying to get back in as well. But we'll get his thoughts. It's for me. Oh, there he is. We got it back. What are your thought processes on Kenny Smith's wording of what he thought about Kevin Durant leaving? He said that, Kevin Durant just stay in Brooklyn and finish out 7 years of his contract.
Yeah, it's no team that really needs him right now. And if you do get him, you got to give up all the cool players. Be better.
Yeah.
They pretty much have a team around it. They have like 2 other superstars. Simmons a superstar. And Kyrie at least for 1 more year. Then after next year, then you reevaluate the situation. Then you decide, okay, what's the best option for me? Because every team that wants something for him, Rudy Gobert kind of messed up the trade value because he got so much because he's not the value of Kevin Durant. So, he's pretty much stuck in Brooklyn for the immediate future. Not unless you Sacramento and you want to give up all your young talent for him. But no team really needs him right now.
I don't really think nobody needs him right off the bat. I don't think nobody really. I mean, the best thing you had, and Shannon Sharp said it perfectly on Undisputed. Golden State was probably his best years when he was with with the Warriors. That was his best years. When he was with the Warriors, Golden State was probably the best time he had ever. And when he left Golden State, because yeah, I mean, but Golden State. I mean, my goodness, Golden State. That was probably the best 2 years of his life.
But that was a prime team, though. You had everybody at their peak: Curry, Clay, Draymond. They had a great bench. But that was just an ideal situation for him right there. So, I don't think he was at his apex as far as his maximizing the talent, but that was probably the best team he ever played on from top to bottom.
Oh wait, I think you're muted. If you're talking.
Thank you, Larissa. I was over here talking. This guy had me all. This guy had me all jacked up yesterday. But that's fine. That's fine. He's the MVP of the NFL. Yeah, but who needs Kevin Durant? He might as well stay in Brooklyn the next 7 years and just go from there. I would just say
I think
stay. Yeah.
I think they got to reevaluate because Kyrie's going to be a free agent. So, he's going to look at it. Now let's bring more players in to play with him in Brooklyn. It's kind of rough. That's why I think in the next collective bargaining, they're going to start trying to shorter contracts. Because, he got 7 years and he don't want to be there. So he's stuck. He's an aging player. He'd probably be like 30, 35 or something when the contract is over. So, what are you going to get out of him at 35? So,
all right, let's go with the next one. As you probably know, and we talked about this earlier, as you probably know, we had the last run for Allison Felix. Rumor reports are that basically that from ESPNW is that Felix would like to possibly explore running in the 2024 games. Thoughts of unretirement?
I mean, I love Allison. I can talk about her all day, just the impact that she leaves. If you just go and watch some of the interviews with her teammates, like when she posted she was finally done eating some wings, and then they're like, "Hey, Allison, can you come run the 4x4 quick?" She went, and she's always a team player. So I think it's just really. I hope to see her. I never watching her run. Truthfully, it just gives me a different feeling, and maybe that's just because I love track. Like her and Sonia Richard Ross, like growing up, those have been like my idols. Like, okay, you can be as good as you want to be and run as long as you want in track. So I think this is just another prime example of seeing like Allison, doing amazing things, and I really do hope. And you said where they said that where? Because I haven't heard too much about that. So I definitely want to look into that because I hope to see her.
It was a ESPNW. They were actually stating that Allison did not actually rule out the possibility of actually running in the 2024 Olympic Games. After she said this was her last run, another reporter asked her, "Are you sure this may be your last run?" She said, "I may still reconsider the 2024 Olympic Games. I can only say."
She's like, let me just add a couple more gold medals.
Yeah, gold medals. Now, when you said Sonia Richards Ross, before she got married, that was my crush.
No,
I had a crush on her.
I actually met her before they went to Rio.
Yeah, she's a really nice lady. She's a really nice lady. Her husband was a really great defensive back for the Giants as well, David as well. I met him. He was a great guy. What are your thoughts on it, Marcus? As far as Allison Felix coming in for one last hurrah at the Olympics?
Uh-oh. I think he's having some service difficulties, maybe, because on my end it was kind of breaking up a little while I was talking. Oh wait, you're muted.
Ooh, I'm sorry. Ooh, I am muted. My brain's muted. Oh,
That's okay.
but yeah, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take well, let's see. Marcus is back. Okay. Okay. We'll wait for him to come back here. What we're gonna do, let's see. We're gonna get Marcus back here for it. We're gonna go to the next topic as well, as Marcus is trying to filter back. Are you here with us now?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
I don't know what happened.
Davis Mills probably was calling you, and that was it. That Davis Mills. I don't think he's the MVP of the league. What are your thoughts on Allison Felix possibly returning to the Olympics?
I think she got motivated by the last race with the whole thing with the Sha'Carri Richardson thing. I think she wanted to give it a run and see, she still got it. She done did everything. She done accomplished everything there's accomplished in track and field. But I think there's a motivating factor, like to see if she can still compete with the youngins out there that's running. And I'm pretty sure she want to do as many events. I don't know. We'll leave that to the track expert on the panel, but I think it's a good idea. I think you should, every athlete should compete till they don't have nothing left to give, so they don't have no regrets afterwards. So, we'll see. I'm pulling for her because I like her as well. I like everything she stands for on and off the track. So, she did so much for as well. So I'm pulling for her.
And I know that she's. Oh, sorry. Yeah, no, I know she said too on one of her interview at Worlds, just talking about how basically like track and field is changing, and so many people these days are just continuing to get faster and faster and faster. And I think having someone like Allison on top of all the amazing talent, that has just been flooding in the track world, and still having someone like her on there, like a vet, and bringing in these younger people or just people that are now running faster times, like that'll really just make the U.S. and even individual races just like unstoppable. So I know many people say just being around Allison, practicing with her, and just being a teammate, or even seeing her at meets, like she changes a lot of people's perspective in such a good way, like you said, on and off the track. So I think it'll be good if just having her around in the track world still, to have a lot of people to look at, or because she has a lot of people that look up to her and things like that.
All right. What we're going to do, guys, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to actually talk about some football news. As you know, football's coming up as well, and much more. We are in the sports zone. It is the sports vet. It is Davis Mills. Oh, I'm sorry. It is a Larissa. It is all of you and all of us right here on the Sports Zone, on the RSN Sports Network, RTV Television. We be back. You're inside the Sports Zone on the RSN Sports Network and RTV Television. This is the RSN Sports Network.
When Subway opened, they changed the fast food game. But sometimes you gotta refresh to be fresh. Welcome to the Eat Fresh Refresh. We got wait, that's new.
Because we're refreshing the refresh.
What? Refresh.
There's the new honey mustard chicken, the Subway Club, and the new Baja turkey avocado with
New Baja Chipotle sauce?
Yep, they're constantly refreshing with better ingredients, better footlongs, and better spokespeople.
It's the Eat Fresh Refresh at Subway, and they're gonna keep refreshing and
This is the RSN Sports Network.
For centuries, smart investors have used farmland to build wealth. Unfortunately, owning farmland has required large amounts of capital, knowledge of agriculture, and the ability to manage a farm. There hasn't been a transparent, easy way to invest, until now. With AcreTrader, investors can now buy shares of farmland in just minutes online. AcreTrader works with landowners to find the right farmland, then puts each parcel through a rigorous selection process. Each farm offering is then placed in its own legal entity and divided into shares that are sold through AcreTrader's secure investor portal. Investors can buy shares, then relax while AcreTrader takes care of everything else. Each share should receive annual cash payments from the farmers renting the land. In addition, with rapidly increasing global food demand, the value of the shares is expected to grow over time as the price of the land increases. With historically low volatility and returns that have outperformed most other major asset classes, U.S. farmland can be an attractive investment during both good and bad economic times. Get started today at acretrader.com. Investing in farmland simplified.
This is the RSED Sports Network, RTV Television. You're back into the Sports Zone on the RSED Sports Network. 1-800-337-7171, 1713. I don't even know. Where am I at? Okay. God dang it. I feel like Davis Mills. I'm sorry. My internet. I'm sorry. I'm throwing 10 interceptions here. I'm yours truly, the sports vet, Michael Lewis, along with that puppy man and whatever his name is. Whatever, dog man or whatever the guy's name is. Marcus, puppy man. Why are you saying that? Never mind. Let me stop. In any event, Davis Mills' agent, Marcus, Mr. T. Turner, and also Larissa with Manciaz as well. JMar Smith, we're actually thinking about his thoughts and prayers as well. He's going through a lot during this time away from us as well. Hopefully he'll be joining back with us soon in September as well. All right. NFL, as you probably know, the situation around Deshaun Watson of the Cleveland Browns, formerly of the Texans, they're actually doing the NFL is actually they're going through a legal battle where they're actually protesting the first ever law, a suspension for Watson in regards to his measures with the other women that were involved, the 24 other women that were involved in the massage sexual misconduct allegations. And the NFL is now wanting a year suspension for Watson instead of the 6 months given down by Judge Robinson on last week. Thoughts on this? Thoughts on this?
You want to take it first?
No,
not you. I know how you feel. I'm talking about Larissa.
I'd rather you go first. I don't know too much about it. I've just heard kind of the basics of kind of the game restrictions and things like that because of the allegations. I haven't really heard too much about it, so I don't want to speak too much on what I don't.
Well, I think the whole NFL punishment system is garbage. They need to find a way more. They need to set certain guidelines for certain punishments because they're all over the place with their punishments. You can get a whole year for gambling. You can get a certain amount for weed. I'm starting to think it's just the player and their role in the public, who it is based on their suspensions. Because it was I can't think of Kareem Hunt got 8 games for his domestic violence. But as far as I know, Watson had no criminal charges against him. Now, I do think he needs some type of therapy, some type of help for the amount of therapists he had come see him. But I think the NFL should do a better job and maybe just respects the judge's decision and shouldn't let the public come in and be like, we're unhappy with how y'all treating this matter. So they go back and say, okay, well, maybe we'll give him a year despite what the judge says. So the NFL has to do better.
That's why, like I said, I don't know too much on that topic, but I'll speak on behalf of, like, the rules and things like that too. When you just look in terms of, like you said, the type of people that get involved in certain situations, you have to sit back and think, like, how is it so different for such similar situations and stuff like that? I think that regardless of what happens, however they decide to, give punishments to people, it has to be, they have to stand on that ground and have a set boundaries, because then things just get all out of whack, and I don't know, the world starts to just, like you said, put into perspective how people should get punished and things. And I don't think that's how it's supposed to be. You're supposed to have set aside these rules, because these are people that are competing and doing things at a different level. Not to say that they need to be treated different. I'm saying this is why. They shouldn't be treated any different. Set these rules and have, like, uh, outcomes that are going to be the same across anybody, despite their position on a team, despite their knownness and things like that. I think that they just have to set those boundaries before it just starts getting all out of whack.
Well, I think it's already out of whack because they just do a bad job with dishing out punishment. It's just okay. We have these rules. If you do this, this, and the thing that I think that's not helping Watson. If he would have got convicted of all his crimes, yeah, you see the maximum. You see a year, 2 years, probably banned from the NFL. But there was no. He never got convicted of a crime. But you can tell just by his pattern of dealing with these ladies that he has some type of issue. So they need to go back and look at it and say, okay, he need treatment. If we was going to suspend him, let's suspend him. But also put in a stipulation where you go get therapy for doing what you're doing. Because that's just not normal for you to have. I don't know. I think it was up to 24 massage therapists in a 6-7 month span or something like that. And the details are a little gory, but it's just something that they have to look at as the NFL on how we're gonna, like you say, they need to treat everybody the same and look at each case and say, okay, this is what you're gonna get, this is what you're gonna get. But they left it up to an independent arbiter to decide the punishment. But then now they go back and say, okay, this is not fair. So, it really makes them look bad across the board.
I'm on mute again. I'm sorry. Yeah, no, it was a Davis Mills. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's Marcus's favorite guy, Davis Mills. But in any event, but yeah, I look at it from a standpoint. I think the Watson situation is going to probably be more. It's going to be probably more even stretched out into the 2024 season. 2022 season. I'm sorry, I'm going so far ahead of myself. But to me, it's. I think that we Marcus, you and I talked about it. You and I talked about it. You and I talked about how this is ridiculous. Um, it's almost like you look at it and you kind of say to yourself, um, how long is it's now going to prolong the issue when the NFL is actually going to um, the NFL is actually going to redo everything with the actual protest, with the actual try to get the 1 year suspension, and then you're going to get that 1 year suspension. It's going to just elongate the whole situation. You know what I mean? You're going to have a longer situation. You might as well just say Jacoby Brissett's going to start in Cleveland instead
Yeah.
of you actually seeing Deshaun Watson in Cleveland being the starter. You might as well just say Jacoby Brissett's going to start. I mean,
Yeah.
let him be the starter for the year and just call it a day.
But like me and you talked about too, it's just gonna be. I think it's gonna be a gang of appeals. I think the NFLPA is gonna sue the NFL, the Players Union, and Watson gonna all come together, and they're gonna be like, okay, you didn't want to abide by the original ruling, we're gonna sue you, and while we're suing you, we're gonna appeal these whatever punishment you try to give us. If it's a year, we'll appeal it, because I still think at the end of the day, he's gonna get those 6 games, and that's gonna be it. I think, like I said earlier, I think they should give him those 6 games and give him quarter hour therapy for 2 years, 3 years, and monitor him for a while, because he's still a young player. I think he still got a long career in the NFL. But you want to stop this pattern right now before it does lead to something horrible, and really put a stain on the shield, as they say. So
Yeah.
because we all know the NFL is worried about the shield. They're not really worried about the individual players. They want to know how the shield is viewed upon by America. So. Especially corporate America. So,
most definitely, most definitely. Let's go with yesterday. I had the chance to go to this thing here because I wanted to see what Marcus's favorite MVP, this person, would do. Wasn't really happy about Davis Mills, but that's Marcus's MVP of the NFL, for this year.
That's my preseason MVP.
No, that's your whole season MVP. Davis Mills, come on.
He's the preseason MVP.
The first 5 series. Goodness grief, he could have threw a fan interception. Heck, we've seen. Never mind. Anyway. Here's from Lovie Smith from yesterday of day 7 of training camp.
We see where we're starting. Nobody's not giving, us a lot of, not many people are jumping on our bandwagon right now. And you just want hungry guys. And we know that we're a little bit better. And guys are anxious to prove that. But the way you get in position is to show up every day.
I go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, that just sounds like a lot of coach speak. Like, he ain't gonna come out there and say we're horrible.
Excuse me. No, excuse me. Go ahead.
Well, that's who they got right now. I never, he's the coach I played for, or all the coaches out over the years. Coaches in the history of coaching that said we're horrible.
Yeah.
I think that was Jim Mora and maybe Herman Edwards.
Goodness,
he's not going to say that.
Oh, goodness, yeah. Well, Larissa could play quarterback. She could do a better job.
Well, I'm pretty sure she can.
Oh no, I would.
But you got to look at it from a standpoint. This man is going to add. This is who Marcus is picking as the NFL MVP, Davis Mills. Oh, man,
we'll talk about that because it don't look good for him. Can you read the safeties? Come out there and quarterback them. Come on back home and quarterback them. For the season. She has nothing to say. Because they're gonna need some help. Yeah, I'm telling you to come back and quarterback them for the season.
I don't think that would be too much of a help.
You can't do no worse than him right now. Yeah, you want to do no worse.
I would hate to disappoint y'all.
Well, he done already disappointed.
So you said that was out in Houston when you got to do that yesterday to go watch it?
Yeah, he went yesterday.
Oh, you're muted.
I went yesterday, and I just look at 413 and and the 314, but I had to go because Puppy Man wanted me to watch this.
I thought you'd be that good luck piece out there. So
no, for him, David. No, the 314. Anyway, let's go on with the Cindy McLaughlin, as you probably know, is actually is actually just signed on with Adidas and also signed on with Under Armour as well. As you probably know, McLaughlin set her own records in Oregon at the Eugene Invitational as well. However, there was some pushback by McLaughlin and regarding one Sakari Richardson. She said that she's getting endorsements more because she looks like the Beyonce of track. Because
that's a little.
So I can't get my endorsements back because you get a fair-skinned woman that actually just broke her own record, but I can't get any more endorsements. Well, now
I think that's a fair statement.
Wait, you said she can't get it? Wait, Shakari?
Like Sakari Richardson can't get her endorsements back because she had a lot of them during that time, and she lost it after the situation. But then McLaughlin breaks her own record, and here she is with Adidas and Under Armour in like one fall swoop, and then Richardson can't even get Nike to even call her again.
Well, you and I, all of us know that when a company endorses you, you're the face of that company. And if you're too controversial, they don't want you to have their product on them. They don't want you to represent them. So I kind of understand because Shakari been a lightning rod for years. She has a lot of talent, but it's time for her to just start concentrating on running track, and then everything else will come. Because constantly saying controversial things will cost you a lot of money in the corporate end of things. So, but we'll leave that to the track expert.
I definitely, I have a lot of respect for Shakari, especially just seeing her in person, and running and doing, there's talent there. But I think the biggest thing is when you're at that level, when you're performing at a certain level, even as a college student, they always say you have to, watch what you say. You can't just feel the need to lash out at all the media that says things to you about you, like we talked about on at 12. It was just kind of like a mentality you have to lock in. You have to know that there's going to be outside world commenting, and yes, she might have, what people say, like they said she had that incident in the past. She had that incident, so kind of just move forward from there. Don't continue to communicate and just put out even a negative, what may seem negative to like you said, in the corporate world and people that want you to be a face for their company and things. And I think that's a lot of it right now. A lot of people are they've seen some of the stuff she said and how she's responding back to these people, instead of just like remaining quiet and just moving forward. I know that that's probably something hard to do when you want to stand on who you are and what you believe, and some people feel the need to explain that to the media. But I think at that level, especially when it comes to in terms of like your income and trying to get opportunities, you kind of have to be mature enough to kind of stray away from just communicating and pushing things out there, because some whatever you say you can't take back, and they see that. And I think that's a big problem with why maybe she hasn't just like heard too much. Like I say, I support Shakari and I know she's an amazing athlete, but I think right now, if anything, it's really just like you just said, kind of the image that a lot of people aren't just willing to take that risk yet right now with her. So unfortunately, that kind of sucks right now for her. But I just hope that she doesn't. And I talk to my teammates about that. I just hope anybody that ever messes up in life, that they don't let that stop them. You just have to refocus, figure out a different way. Don't go out there and try to bash everybody and explain to everybody, change their perspective on how they view you. Just go do you and take the next opportunity.
But it also I agree with you 100%. But we know in all sports, if your talents trumps your controversy, you get all the endorsements that you want. So sometimes you have to sit back, get all your endorsements, get to the top of the mountain, then start voicing your opinion about, I don't like this is the way things ran, or I feel like I was done wrong. Just sit back, train, get better, start breaking your own records, all records, showing everybody you're a force to be working with, and then all the endorsements. all the publicity, notoriety, everything comes with that. And she probably needs somebody to sit her down and explain that because she turned away Allison Felix as a mentor to
Hmm.
from what I read that one time. But that was one of the people that she should have went to first, you
Yeah.
know, or even Shelley Frazier from Jamaica. She needs somebody that's been in the game for a while to sit her down and let her understand, like, okay, this is how things work as far as
Mhm.
track and field, because you're an individual and everything you
Right.
do, is seen. When your
Hmm.
wins and your losses. So, somebody need to just mentor her and get her, to focus just on running track and not worry about another person's pockets, as they say.
Right. And that's what we talked about, when I did the interview for you over the paper and things like that. Like, you do need those mentors in positions that you're trying to go to because you're not there yet, and that's okay to accept, especially because she's so young. Um,
Yes.
in terms of like even me trying to figure out stuff like after college and or still like in school, you have to put that pride aside and be like, no, I'm not experienced enough. I don't fully know everything enough. Let me ask these people for help. Like I would say Felix was a prime example of, like you said, using your platform and then speaking out. She left Nike and was discussing everything about how things were
Yeah.
treated and everything. I think that it's just a process to it all. But it's
Yeah.
really hard. A lot of you don't want to hold back and not voice your opinion, but you also don't want to just flash out and just say things out of anger or just because you're not necessarily at the point that you were. But yeah, I think hopefully, she's still a very young athlete. So I'm just hoping that she doesn't let too much of this impact her and just take this as an opportunity to seek out to these people, like you said, that are, at that level where she really could be if she continues to handle her business. So I hope she
Yeah.
seeks those
And
people to help her.
and I don't think none of us want to see her blackballed from events
Hmm.
because sooner or later she get there and they say she's not worth the headache, and that costs her money too, because I believe that track athletes get an appearance fee for when they show up at these events. So, sometimes I agree with you. You got to say what you got to say, but maybe it's a better way to articulate it and get it
Hmm.
out instead of looking like you're just saying what's the first thing that comes to your mind, because she has so much talent and she has a bright future ahead of her. That she just had to find a way to put her talent first and then come through at the end with how she feel about certain things. Then the endorsements will come.
Yeah.
Even Puma or somebody else is signing if it's not Nike or Adidas or
Right.
some other company.
I think that that's the thing too. It doesn't necessarily have to be the biggest platform, but I think once she gets back another opportunity like she wants, I think she just has to take that and grow from there, really grow
Yeah,
from there
exactly.
because
He's on mute.
Well, it's at Davis Mills. Watching him yesterday, I'm sorry. He threw 20 interceptions, but anyway, no. I think the really big thing with Shakari is the fact is she's just needing that mentor. She needs that somebody that can actually like really even Sonia Richards Ross. She's right in her own
Yeah,
territory in the Dallas area.
yeah, that's a good one right
Even
there.
even Sonia's husband David, who played in the NFL, is actually now a sports. He's like a sports advisor in the area to young athletes in the Dallas Fort Worth area.
Yeah,
So that would be somebody that I think she would be actually be able to network with because I mean, going on your own inkling of saying, well, this, that, and the other thing about another athlete, getting their payday. But the fact is that you had a situation that you did a Ricky Williams when you actually did talked about, your drug use. I mean, not drug use, but the marijuana use, and they found out about it. Then it was just kind of like here you go, Ricky Williams style, and now that's why most of the endorsement people, major endorsers, stepped away from her, and they're kind of like leaning on trying. Okay, let's see what she does this time, so maybe we can endorse her again, but we'll go from
well,
there.
well, that's what we were talking about. She needs some people around her to give her good advice on how to handle things. You
I
know,
mean, yeah, and then
because
I hope she does. I mean, I really hope she gets a. Let's go to our and don't forget the either the best of or the the best of or the regular street mentor with Rihanna Henderson comes up next after this show is over with. We're going to kidnap Larissa for one more show, Street and Sports. Uh, we hope so, but we hope so.
Oh, are you
Let's
referring to today?
That's something that doesn't sound too good. Yeah, we're referring to today,
Yeah,
but
I'm not sure I'll be able to make it today, but
come
yeah,
on,
moving forward,
well,
it's just a
you leaving
lot
me
with
with
me moving.
we leaving me with the puppy, man.
I'm
Hey,
sorry.
No, you gotta talk about the niggas gonna talk about the MVP. We ain't talking about Davis Mills. So no, you throw 60,000 interceptions
you need
anyway.
a support. You need a support dog.
No, I did. After watching him yesterday, yes. The WBA News and Notes brought to you by Evermore. Oh, boy, goodness, you guys are killing me. WBA News and Notes brought to you by Evermore, more better water. I can't even talk. In any event, as you probably know, the player of the week was Tierra McCowan of the Dallas Wings. McCowan, as you probably know, she formerly played with the Indiana Fever, and she was actually one of those players that did very well this week, averaging 20 and a half points per game, and also 11 rebounds a game and 5 blocks as well. As you probably know as well, the Mercury and the Liberty actually united together in unison 42 seconds for Brittany Griner. The actual game was the same day thereafter. There was a lot of emotion on the floor. On her Twitter feed, the controversial guard for the Phoenix Mercury, she put out Skylar Diggins Smith. She said total BS, and I'm not going to say the full word on there as well after the Griner punishment as well. But they united. Mostly all other games, we did see the one game last night as well with Phoenix taking on. I believe they took on Connecticut last night. They did the same thing for Brittany. All right. Zone poll question of the week. This will not be pretty much, I know, Larissa may not know who this is, but still. Zone poll question of the week. Will Baker lead the Panthers to the playoffs? Out of 11 votes, one says yes. What? 11 says, why'd you say yes? I don't know. One says yes, 10 say no. Don't forget the Dog Master and Davis. The Dog Master and Davis Mills' agent will be on with me on Street Sports. Why can Larissa stay? Why can Larissa stay?
Sorry.
You're gonna leave me with the Dog Master. He's gonna fix games. He's gonna fix the season.
I just hate that you don't call me a champion picker. That hurts my feelings.
That's what
Excuse
you have
I'm
to
me.
write your
perfect
name
this
in
year.
as next time. When you come in here, you got to write it.
Okay, champion. Yeah, that's my new name.
Excuse me. Cue me.
You know, I've been
Cue
right all year. I never get the credit I deserve.
me. Go ahead. What were you saying?
Hey, give me another quarterback behind them. We got a Super Bowl contender.
Oh, here we go. Man, see, Davis Mills.
Give me
Wait a minute.
Garoppolo.
Yeah. All right. Let's go with Zone Takes, brought to you by Ticket Spigot. Ticket Spigot, you really messed me up with that.
I mess you up.
No, you messed me up. No, whatever. Okay, big events, little effort. Ticket Spigot. Go to their website at www Ticketspicket.com. Oh my goodness grief. Okay, zone takes guys go around the corner, around the board, around the room. Larissa, we will start with you first. What is your take of
I said that.
sports? What is your take? What fun take did you? What's take was caught your eye this week? There we go.
Oh, this weekend, just in sports in general.
Yes.
Really, what really stuck out to me a lot was just the whole Britney situation, just in general. If you're just talking about sports in any level or for anything, just with a lot of, them actually giving her the 9 years and trying to stay up to date with, if they're going to do the exchange and what it's going to look like for her. So that obviously really stuck out to me a lot, especially in terms of like, I don't know, I try to stay in the loop these days with a lot more with the sports and stuff. And that's just always whatever platform I'm on, I've constantly seen that so much this week and stuff like that. So that was what really stuck out to me this week.
All right, Marcus.
What's on my mind this week is preseason football. Is it really necessary? Because a lot of these players are coming in and they're not really focused on playing those games. I think it's a waste of money for the fans and it's a waste of time for the players. I think if they want to get better, they have inter-squad scrimmages with other teams, and then they go from there. If they want to add more games to the season, that's better than playing 3 meaningless games, because you pretty much know who's going to make your team, where you're weak at, who you drafted, why you drafted them. So I think the only thing is wasted time, because at the Hall of Fame game, if you're paying your money, you want to see the stars, and they come in for like one series, then they're out. So I think, again, the NFL need an overhaul on that as well. Let's get a training camp for 2 months and then start in September and, have your teams ready to go. I think that'll be healthier for all the teams in the league as well.
Would you give the MVP though to him in the preseason?
Yeah. He could show win it if there's no games. There's no game. So like I got him now, the 3-game preseason MVP.
Oh golly, that's your client too. I understand. Anyway, my take is basically the Britney situation. I think Marcus, you and I have talked about this so long. It's been since February. She's been over in Russia, and just to think, so many other players have been in Russia. Vicky Johnson, a good colleague of mine, and a former legend at Louisiana Tech, and also WNBA legend as well. I stated perfectly. She said, "I played in Russia. I know what it's like to play over there. You even sneeze the wrong way, you'll be in jail." And she said that the situation with Brittany should be already have been. I've seen actual athletes, Russian athletes, do worse than that, and they've taken they've taken even steroids into their room, and they are women playing basketball. This is unfortunate. And the unfortunate stuff for me is the fact is cannabis is something that's legal, but it's unlegal. It's not legal in Russia. Cannabis is used for CBD. That's for pain and for injuries. For some reason or another, that pain and injury that Russia has put onto the U.S. may have just awakened us into what could be the next phase. That's my take. Well, that's going to do it. I wish Larissa could stay for Street and Sports, but I know I'm stuck with the Dog Master.
I know. I'm sorry. I know it'll be good though.
No, I'm going to call Davis Mills. His client. But we're
so bad.
Well, Davis Mills.
Everybody picks on me. I don't know why everybody picks on me so much.
Because of Davis Mills. Davis Mills.
And when JMar come back, it's gonna be 3-1.
Yeah, well, Davis 4 against. Well, you got 3 against
4. How you getting through?
I don't know. Anyway, let's get out of here. Oh my goodness grief! I'm just. myself here. Anyway, thank you very much for joining us on the Sports Zone. The Street Mental, or the best of the Street Mental, is next with the talented Rihanna Henderson. And we will be back. Join that Davis Mills guy and whoever and the other people for the Street Sports. For JMar Smith, Larissa Manciaz, Marcus Mr. T. Turner, I'm the sports fan Michael Lewis. Thank you very much for joining us. The Street Mental, or the best of the Street Mental, is next. You've been listening and watching the Sports Zone on the RSN Sports Network and RTV television. This is the RSN Sports Network, RTV television.